First, thank you for being here. For the members of the media that are here in the room with us today, we appreciate you coming out for this to hopefully shed some light onto this story. We shouldn't even be here today on multiple fronts. We shouldn't even be standing here. You shouldn't be having to spend time in your day even having this conversation. But we are here because there are a handful of sheriffs in North Carolina who have chosen, for political reasons, purely political reasons, to shirk their responsibility as law enforcement officers, upholding the law, and just to do what other reasonable law enforcement members do every single day. And they've been doing for decade after decade, and that's cooperating with each other on the local, state, and federal level. It's a very simple thing to do. It's very simple to pick up the phone and make a phone call to a member of ICE and let them know what's going on. But we have sheriffs who have chosen not to do that. And so that's why we're here today, because of just a few sheriffs. There's sheriffs behind me that uphold the law and they want to keep criminals off the streets. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about dangerous criminals being let back out into our communities. And that's unconscionable in today's age. That doesn't have to be, and certainly that shouldn't be. Yes, we are a nation of immigrants, and we should be a nation of legal immigrants, but we're also a nation of laws and a nation of rule of law, and everybody, because of that, has to follow that law. The second reason that you're here and you shouldn't be here is because the General Assembly passed a very simple bill. They shouldn't have had to pass the bill at all, and they wouldn't have had to even write the bill had the sheriffs been doing what has traditionally and historically been their duty for a long time, and that is to cooperate. But they've chosen not to do that, so the General Assembly had to pass a bill to say that the sheriffs have to cooperate and to make sure that we keep our communities safe. And because they passed that bill and the governor decided to veto that bill, our communities remain unsafe. And that's why we're here. And we're here to let you know that there are real victims. Our Angel families are proof of that. They've shared their stories already with you multiple times. And so please, as you're writing your stories for this evening's paper or this evening's news, and you want to tell your communities what's going on with this situation, please think carefully about the words that you use. Many of you are going to be struggling to try to not to use words like illegal and alien and words like criminal and rapist and murder and child sex offender. But if we have tens of thousands of children in our state, tens of thousands of children in our state that have been victims of these violent criminals already, you have a lifetime, tens of thousands of lifetimes of victims in our state that are going to grow up with that on their mind. And that's just unconscionable. We shouldn't be dealing with that in the state right now. We shouldn't be dealing with this here. But I'm thankful for our members of our law enforcement that do cooperate. I'm thankful for our members of our federal ICE agency. I'm thankful for Homeland Security and for certainly for the members of our General Assembly and our Congress who want to make this right. So for the responsibility of the media, please, I beg you to get this story right. To let your communities know the truth about what's going on, specifically with the sheriffs in these communities and what they're doing to keep our communities from being safe.